Okay, hi. This is Experimentee NYC. It is September 30th, 2010, and I haven't actually documented anything in about maybe a month and a half, almost 2 months, just because I've been experiencing um, a lot of difficulties in general. I've been experiencing, fluctuations in the volume of the sound. I have also been just kind of dealing with the end of the summer season and taking care of other things that need to be dealt with on a personal level. In any case, for those of you who don't know, I'm basically documenting or trying to document the things that are occurring to me. I believe that I am the victim of human experimentation. I have a strong belief. I know that I am. Basically, I hear voices, but they're not my voices. They're not my mind. They're not my subconscious guilt or any of these things. It's 3 to 4 people, varying in shifts, 3 to 4, 3 to 5 people. It varies and changes. This has been going on for coming up on a year. Um, it's all day long. Medication has not and does not help or work. Um, they are basically harassing me all day long for the purpose of reading my thoughts, reading my memories, mapping, I guess, whatever fluctuations or emotional memories or whatever it is that they're documenting or getting from me. They basically are able to recall my memories. As far as if I think on something without really completing the memory itself, it seems as if they experienced it with me, or they can recall what it is that I'm thinking on. I can make a statement to what I'm thinking on. If even if it's a quick thought, they basically can see what I see. They hear what I hear, as if they're experiencing everything as I'm actually doing it. But again, this is not me because the commentaries that are made are not is not language or vernacular that I would use. It's not things that I worry about or ponder out of my thought process or subconscious or anything like that. They're basically watching my life day to day and making nasty commentaries. They're badgering me daily with, nasty comments throughout the day to off put me and to basically aggravate me. I think for some reason aggravation maybe spikes or, gives them more of a read, or maybe they're just really that evil. Um, the voices themselves have gotten lower, but they fluctuate even with that. They've progressively gotten lower from when they first started, where they were loud and yelling and screaming and sounding like they were coming from an outward place, to now sounding more inner, more close, more direct, and much lower. But they fluctuate to almost seem like, or make the appearance, or not appearance, to make it seem like they're actually coming from within my body, or best way to put it, like it's like almost like they're bypassing my ears. At one point, I felt vibration in my eardrum whenever the voices would come, whenever they would speak. I would feel a vibration if it, and on keywords that they would try to say for the purpose of me feeling a vibration with it, I would feel it as if someone is speaking directly into my ear. Now I don't feel it as much, but I do feel tingling and sensation within my head. At one point, I was getting severe headaches, particularly whenever, like severe headaches and burning sensations, but particularly whenever I did anything that required me to concentrate, as far as reading, researching on the internet, writing out tasks, things like that. That kind of subsided a little bit. It has started back up again more recently, as recently as yesterday and today, with me doing more intricate things. I recently just started, looking into some schoolwork type of things and taking on new tasks that I haven't actually done in a very, very long time. That requires a little bit more concentration. So I've been feeling this burning sensation, but again, this burning sensation, it's moving to a more deeper place. Um, they're not going anywhere. They're becoming more derogatory with their comments and statements and more bold because they believe, I guess, that I've basically accepted this as what it is, and they have nothing to hide or anything to try to cover up, because no one's going to care. No one's going to believe me. If they did, no one's going to believe me. No one's going to care. There's nothing that can be done. There's nothing that can be proved, and it's the perfect crime. Um, Again, I'm reaching out there to other TIs, to other individuals who may believe it, even if they have even a second thought to say it's questionable. Whatever this technology is, whether it's implant, whether it's satellite surveillance, it's possible. We basically live in a time where the air itself is nothing but radio waves. between cell phones and satellite and you know, everything else, GPS, tracking systems, the technology that's out there, it all relies on basically the air itself being one big signal. Um, with that being said, it doesn't seem that far fetched for people to be able to either A, implant something in you and have their own radio signal, if you will, directly to someone that can travel for distances on end, for miles and miles on end, or B, even the theory of electronic harassment by way of satellite, where there's nothing on the person, they're just tapping into that person directly based on whatever their biorhythms or chemistry or genetic makeup is. It doesn't seem that far fetched. Um, there's something that needs to be done about this. People need to actually pay attention, I think, because just as difficult as it is to believe that this is happening, or even if you think this wouldn't happen to you because you're not me, maybe you're in a better financial or social or whatever it is standing, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to your mother, it could happen to your father, your sister, your children, whoever it is, and they'll just as easily be written up as schizophrenic or psychotic or having an episode or whatever it is. All it takes is for them to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, at a moment when they had a point of weakness in their lives for whatever reason, and they become a victim. And again, this is something that needs to be talked about, dealt with, believed, researched, and taken up as a cause because this is happening. People have done human experimentation for centuries. Um, they're still doing it. People think because we live in the US that we're protected by the Constitution and other freedoms, but a lot of people forget the fact that a lot of our freedoms have been taken away from us in the last 8 to 12 years, particularly with certain previous presidents' administrations, coupled with the fact that people can be evil, that there are some corruptible people. There are still mad scientists in the U.S., in the world in general, vying for the first whatever it is, knowledge into how the brain works, so or this or that or whatever it is, to basically be the first person to discover this or discover that, to basically get that buck, that big buck, and get that notoriety by any means necessary. Um, so again, I'm just asking for help to try to understand this. I'm feeling these sensations. They're trying to make it seem like they're speaking directly into my brain and not into my ear or any part of the hearing aspect of my mind. I'm experiencing things like sound without, you know, speech without sound, where it sounds like there's no actual sound, but I'm understanding some of what's being said. I try to ignore that because that's just not something that I want to tap into or allow myself to tap into. Um, this is still ongoing. It's going on a year, more than that actually, in all actuality. But from what I'm experiencing, it's going on in a year, and I've been told everything from, you know, we're in, same stuff we're in. Nobody cares about this. All different types of things. It's constant arguments about, whatever it is that I do throughout the day, and um, I try to basically work on the premise of my faith, which is that anyone who's this evil, that they're going to pay. And I know it's difficult to sometimes just kind of roll that up into a ball and just kind of let it bounce until this is fixed. But that's what I'm basically working off of. And even to that, I'm getting responses basically of, you're not perfect and you've done this or you've done that. You know, some of the other commentaries is all these people, all these people, all these people, as if there's a bunch of people who are in on this, and it's possible that there are, that there is a group of people, 20, 30, 100, I don't know, however many people that may be in on this. It doesn't seem likely, but you know what? Money talks, and there's a lot of corruptible people in this world. The purpose of my videos is me banking and counting and hoping that there are still some good, honest people in this world who, one, may know information as far as being able to help me pinpoint some of these things or put some of this together, to offer some suggestions, to offer even moral support a little bit, even, a little comment here and there, whatever it is. It's difficult, it's hard. A lot of TIs are experiencing what I'm experiencing or other things, but it's sad that this is the case, and these people don't realize that what they're doing to people's lives. And when it comes down to it, they're basically a bunch of punks, for lack of a better word. They're punks, because if they were really gangster or really bad behinds, badasses, they would basically walk up to you and say point blank, "I did this to you," and there's nothing you could do about it in front of people. If they were that bad. So they're punks. So basically, it's a bunch of punks running around with technology. And we basically need to, the good people, the people who believe in God, the people who know what's right, the people who know that no matter what the ends is, that this is not a means for it, because this is a complete and total invasion of someone's life, someone's mind. Um, those people to basically stand up and say this is not right, and we do care. We may not know this lady, or that person, or whoever it is, whether it's me or any other TI. We may not know them personally, and it may seem unlikely, but you know what? If this is happening, if this is happening, we are concerned. We do care. Even if it's not happening to us, we do care, because it shouldn't be happening. That's one liberty that shouldn't be happening. And this is going to be a real concern as we move into the next century, because that's where this technology is going. There are so many companies vying for basically the whole entire interactive mind experience with games and technology, and things like that. So that's where we're going. And so if we don't start safeguarding these things now with the guinea pigs, if you will, to see how far out they can go, you might find yourself becoming a guinea pig and not even know it. So I'm signing off. I'm looking forward to somebody's help as to how to figure this out. I don't know how to go about finding signals, determining if there is a signal, how to go about finding, pinpointing very fine, very sensitive signals. The basis of all of this is, whether it's an implant or by satellite, there has to be a signal of some sort, whether it's easily detectable or not. There has to be, because I wouldn't be experiencing what I'm experiencing. So any help that anyone can offer would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. All right. God bless.